This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah.
लूंगी
So,
हाँ सर
able to see my screen?
यस सर
Okay. So we are discussing about the loops and different ways of writing. Normally, we can just explore the list. Okay. In then you can use the range also, right? We just see
यस
that.
यस
Right. Okay. So another way to write the loop is, I'll tell you. Okay. Suppose let's take you have a list called this. Okay, currency amount. And suppose I can so do like this. For suppose I want to print the index of this list along with the amount. Just checking. So how I will do it? For let's say I will take index as I, okay, and amount as amount, a variable. Okay. In we can use a function called enumerate. 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 Then inside that I need to put my list currency underscore amount. Okay, then this one enter. Then I can say print I comma amount. Okay, if I execute this now, it will give you the index number which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the amount which is available on that particular index. Okay, so this is a
so
very clean approach I can say. Yeah.
yeah so amount is a variable where we are storing this function
Storing
what
correct.
does this function is extracting enumerate
So here enumerate is extracting both the steps. Okay. Here
mm.
I represents the index, and amount represents the value. Value inside the list. To enumerate, if you give a list, you can access the index and even the value inside the list automatically.
Okay. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
let's if you try to do this with the enumerate, right? This will be quite easy. Let's see how we can do that. How we can change this amount, this same functionality to a enumerate. Hmm?
Hmm. Oops,
How we
sorry.
can do that? Okay. So here, suppose I can say for I'll take an index here,
Hmm.
then comma price in not taking any length and all. I say enumerate of
Hmm.
my
Currency amount.
uh, yeah currency amount. Now here new currency amount dot append. Here I can say the currency amount of
I uh,
I,
present.
or I can directly take the price as well here. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Or
Yeah.
directly I will say here price of I directly because price on the index number, right? I considers the index number
Uh-huh.
and price of 0, price of 1, price of 2, price of 3 into exchange rate, right?
Okay.
Right. So now
Hmm.
if I enter this, hopefully we will get the amount.
Hmm.
Float oblique is not subtractable. Why?
So in float, okay, it will extract the whole index
Hmm.
number value.
Right.
Yeah, 2023, 2023.
Let's do one thing. First of all, let's check what is the error is all about. Let's create a list. Okay. And for I in price and currency amount, let's do that. This for list. Then print I, comma price. What the value we are getting here?
Hmm.
I is the price. Yeah. The price print price. Oh, I
Uh,
type error. Okay.
hmm.
Mm, comma price. What is the problem here? Here it is working fine. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then price is the value. Oh, okay. Okay. Mm.
So,
What's that? Sorry. Come again.
it's price in round function. We are writing price I index
Mm.
number. So instead of I comma price and then into change like here, yeah, this here it's getting error. Price underscore I price. Sorry, square bracket I.
This, if I remove it, the price here. Price is the amount. Okay.
Um,
Okay. What is correct? Correct. Currency amount of I it will be, I think so. Because the price is this value. That is of I means
Mhm.
that value of 0, nothing actually. So let me try this. Yeah, correct. This will work.
Hmm.
Exactly. Okay, I got it. What price is nothing but the value inside that. Okay.
Hmm.
So let's say 12.23 of I means 0. Nothing, right? Instead
Hmm.
of the list of 0 is 2.12.23.
Um,
That makes sense. More sense. Okay. Okay. Good.
so,
Okay. So this is one way to another way to write it. And I can say instead of using, I can use directly the list. I can just go to the list of this. Like for price in directly in the list, I can use it. For price in the range, I can take it. Okay. Or I can
hmm.
take in price index and price in enumerator. Okay.
Right. Hmm.
So there are three ways to write it. But I personally don't recommend this to write the range. Okay, unless until it's a single list. Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
If it's a multiple list, yes, we can do that. The range through. Okay. Otherwise,
Okay.
if it's a single list, I don't think so
Hmm.
it is required to use the range. Right?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Mm, okay. Now let's continue with the while loop now.
Hmm.
Next point. While loop. So here something like this is the one. So condition while, condition,
Hmm.
okay, and statements. Here the difference is this. So you need to give the condition,
Hmm.
how much time you want to just a condition. Based on that, your statement will be get executed here. Okay. So
Hmm.
example is suppose I have a variable called while. Let's take a less than equals to 10.
Hmm.
So whenever the A value is 10, I want to execute. Okay, so before to that, I will
Okay.
say declare a variable A equals to 1. Okay, A
Okay.
equals to 1, then while A less than equals to 10,
Hmm.
then suppose enter, I will say print A. But here, if you run this now, it will be a indefinite loop because 1 is less than 10 and it will execute like this, like this, like this only in a infinity loop unless
Hmm.
until you increase the amount of the A. Okay.
Yes.
So A equals to A plus 1 or A equals to counter you want to increase it. Okay.
Hmm.
So here there are two ways to write it in Python. Okay. So we can write the traditional way. Say A equals to A plus 1. Okay.
Hmm.
So after one execution, it will be get incremented. Okay. This
Okay.
one we can one more way to write assignment. This is called the assignment operator. Like this, we can write A
A plus.
plus equals to 1.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. So it,
Hmm.
it means A equals to A plus 1. You can do for the minus as well,
Hmm.
multiplication as well, anything you can do it. A plus equals to 1. It is same as the A equals to A plus 1. Okay.
Okay. Yes. And
Now enter. So it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So just increment by this, and whenever it is more than 10, it will stop there.
stop. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So the same thing we were doing with for or
But
for
in for is different. If you see, in
for
for
I.
we are saying that price is this much only length. Okay. We know
Oh.
that this list will be executed the length of the time, whatever the length it is there. But here we
Hmm.
are saying that we are just giving a condition.
Okay.
And sometimes this is okay 10, but sometimes we don't know how much time it will execute. Okay, based on the condition, it will execute till the condition satisfies. Once the condition got false,
Hmm.
it will just goes out. Okay,
Okay.
so let's take an example here. So suppose I have a stock amount. Okay,
Hmm.
equals to let's take 7,500. Okay, and
Hmm.
I have a counter called year equals to 0. So what I need to count is that I want to count my stock amount till 1 million, okay, and I
Hmm.
want to multiply the stock amount into point 0.5 exchange rate or point 0.6, whatever may be the exchange rate, and to just print for each and every year. And when my stock amount is somewhere around 1 million, then I should stop it. Okay, so I will print that. So I will do it. This kind of scenario, while loop will be very much helpful. So here say while
Stock amount
stock
is less.
amount, so less than 1 million, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the
Hmm.
condition. Okay. Now
Okay.
I will say here, take a variable, say income equals to stock amount into let's take 6%. Okay. 6% is the income amount. I need to multiply. Okay.
Hmm.
Then finally, I will say stock amount. Then I need to include the like increase the stock amount, right? The stock
Hmm.
amount plus income I want to do it. Whatever the amount income is coming, that I want to plus it into the stock amount. Okay.
Okay.
So I can do something like this. Stock
Hmm.
amount equals to stock amount plus income, traditional way, or I can say directly plus equals to income.
Income.
This is also possible. Okay. This is the same
Hmm.
meaning. What I'm writing is equals to stock amount equals to stock amount plus income. That same thing we are doing it here. Plus equals to.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I'll say year plus equals to 1 increased. Okay. Now
Okay.
we'll print. Let's take a f string here because I want to take a variable here. End of the year. Now I'll take the variable called year here.
Mm-hmm.
Then uh, something like this. Let's take a colon here. Sorry, take a colon. Then like this. And I'll concatenate now again with the f string here. Uh, let's take end of the year. Balance is. Let's take a variable here again. That will be my stock amount. Okay. Yeah, double quote ends. Thing like that. Okay. Now let's try to print the amount. Let's see. And even we can put a dollar also instead of putting like this. We also can do it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Okay.
Here
Yes.
in this cases, we don't know how much time the loop will execute. Okay. We are just giving a condition. How much time it execute? This much time. Almost 84 times it executed. And when it reaches the condition, then you stop. Right?
Okay.
Hmm.
All
So
right.
this is the
If we,
scenario of a while loop here. Okay.
okay. And if we
So we
mention year,
mhm.
sorry, year
Good.
2000, then if we increment, then it would say year 2000 balances, year
Correct,
2001 balances.
correct, correct.
Sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can do that.
Hmm.
Yeah, 200 I given.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right.
Hmm. Okay.
So till 2084 it generated. So we'll what do you call the condition which we are putting it. It will be done in this interest rate. The amount will be more than 1 million at 2084 year. Okay.
Oh.
So this is an example of an while loop. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And another example I think we have done for, let me copy that yeah, here. Suppose I have taken a customer feedback with different stars here. Okay. Five
Hmm.
star, 4 star. Let's take another one. Let me enter some data. 1 stars, say 2 stars, 7 1 stars. Okay. Now instead of doing print and all, what I need is that I want to just remove when there is a 1 star. I want to just remove the 1 star from the list. Okay, wherever
Hmm.
there is a 1 star. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. So let's take for that. Let me take a counter variable here. C equals to 0. I want to just see that how many times the 1 star is there. Then I
Hmm.
will remove it. Okay. So let's take C equals to 0. I'll take while condition here. While I will say because we know the 1 star, right? I want to remove it. I will cross check. I will check the membership text here. 1 star in
Oh.
my customer feedback.
Hmm.
Okay. then condition, then I will say uh, customer feedback
Dot.
dot remove,
F.
because we know the data. But there is no chance of it will not remove only one time, because remove normally will execute the first occurrence. But since we are in a loop, it will remove everything. Okay, making sense? Now C plus equals to 1, then I will say print C. This just to see how many times the one star is there. We know two times, but it's normally. Okay, and if I execute it, don't know the printing. Okay, now it is 0 time, but let me execute one more time this.
If we print list, then yeah, one star is still there.
Oh, one stars, not stars.
Oh,
Star.
okay. Hmm.
No. See, it removed, right? It removed two times. Okay, the counter removed two times, and now if I execute it, there will be no one star. Okay, so this is the different examples where you can use your while loop. Okay,
But in this, you have to run it two times. The
no, it not two times. It just I'm saying that the item was there two times that we deleted.
okay.
I take a counter and my loop runs for two times. There could be n times also. There's if there is a another one, so it will execute for three times, four times, five times, six times. We don't know how
Mm-hmm.
many times. Okay, now let's discuss about next topic on the loop is called your nested loops. Nested loop is loop inside the loop. Let's talk about the loop here.
Mm-hmm.
So suppose I have a item underscore list. Here I'm saying iPhone, Samsung, OnePlus. Okay, item list I have. Then I have another list called so price list underscore list. Okay, so here suppose let's take 1200, 3400 minus 4500. Okay, two terms are there. Now, if I loop add something, so for item in my item underscore list, let's take the first one. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then inside that I can put another loop. This is called the nested. So let's take the price in price list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I will say the print. Okay, I'll say an F string here. I'll
Pricing.
say correct. So let's take in a double quote, say item
Mm-hmm.
is of price. I'll say price. Okay. If I execute this, how much time the loop and what will be the output? Can you just explain this one?
Hmm.
How much, what will be the output here?
So it will say iPhone
Hmm.
and is price is 1200.
Then,
Then
what is
Samsung,
the next output?
then
Hmm.
again, okay, and then again loop will go and it will execute. First, the inside loop will continue. So price, okay, then iPhone 3400, then iPhone 4500. Is that?
Yes, that is the case only. Just I'm checking the syntax. Your double quote is missing. Correct. That's correct. So
Hmm.
inside the loop will execute for the outer loop one time. The inner
Hmm.
loop will execute that many times. How many members I have? Huh? So for the iPhone three times, the Samsung three times, OnePlus three times. So it is like how many times executed? Three into nine. Nine
No.
times. The loop will execute nine times. Okay.
Oh.
So this is called a nested loop. So inside the loop always depends upon the outer loop. Once the outer loop executes, it will come to the inside loop and inside loop will execute till it reaches the member of the list, end of the member. Okay?
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
If the above example we did with while, the star one, if we do with the for loop, then with for loop, we have to have one if condition like for, so if customer feedback equals to 1 star, is can
Yeah,
we
you
go
will
in?
just think. Correct. Correct. I think so. Yes. You will just try it out. That one with the for loop. Because that's why this kind of things just go to the while loop. Make it
Hmm.
simple. Don't make
Oh.
complex. And whenever there is a requirement of a for loop, use the for loop like this. So that's why
Hmm.
there are two loops are there. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Now next we'll discuss about your loop controls. Okay. In the loop controls, we have four statements actually. First is called the break.
Hmm.
Second is called the continue. Third is called the pass. And fourth is called your try except. Okay. So these are the different loop controls I have in Python. So normally when you're executing something and you want to stop immediately in a certain point, you want to just stop it. Okay. So loop will continue like this, but you want to stop it in a certain point. Then you can use the break keyword. Okay. So it can be executed in while, for, nothing matter. Breakage can be used in any cases. Okay. So let's take, I have a list called values. Okay. Inside the values, so let's take my 120 to 34, 456, then 7, something like that. Some values are there. Okay.
Hmm.
Now I have a revenue column. Revenue equals to 0. For what I'll say, for V in values, okay, in the list, what I want to do is like revenue. One second. One second.
Hmm. योगेश थोड़ी सौंफ दे दो ना मुझे. हाँ योगेश थोड़ी सौंफ दो ना जी. Sorry, continue.
Okay, let's continue. Here I'm saying revenue equals to revenue plus values. So just we'll just increment it. Okay, revenue plus equals to values
ठीक है.
or V. So whatever the amount it is coming, it will just increment by the V. Okay. The first value will be 120, then 120 plus 234 plus 456 plus 658, something like that. Okay. And let's print the revenue amount. Okay. So now here suppose let me check a condition here. So if I'm checking if revenue is, let's take greater than or greater than 500. Okay. Then what I need to do? I need to do break it. Okay. So this is the condition. So it will continue. On the first level, we need to execute 700. Let's take 700. Okay. And I just to break it. So what will happen is it will just continue with the looping 120 plus 234, which is somewhere around 5 is not greater than 700, right? The next time when the loop will execute, the value will be 700, more than 700. That time I will break it. Break in the sense the loop will execute, it will stop executing. Okay. Now let's shift enter here. So when it reaches, see 120 plus 354 plus 8, just when it reaches that point, it just stop it there. It will break. It will not execute. Uh, what do you call it? By the time when the condition is satisfied, it is more than 700. It will just break it out. This is called the break. Okay. You are there, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the one statement is called the break. Second one is called the continue. Suppose you want to continue is something like the skip. Okay. Suppose you don't want to execute certain things. Okay. Then you can use the continue. So suppose uh, take an example of, let's create a item underscore list here. Okay. Here I have certain things called shirts, then set the trousers, jackets. Let's see. Okay. These are the three items I have in my item list. Okay. So I want to create a new list, new underscore item underscore list. Let's create a blank list first. In this list, I don't want to take the shirts or even jackets in any of this one item. I don't want to take it when I'm doing the loop. That I don't want to add it. So what I will do here in this case. So let's take the for loop item in my item underscore list. I'll continue this. Okay. I will say if uh, let's take, I don't want to include the certs. So I say certs in item in this item. Okay. Then I want to continue. Continue means the sense. Let's continue. Sorry, I want to put a colon here. Continue. So what will happen is when this condition comes up, right? This
Hmm.
item comes up in the item, it will continue. It will skip this. Continue is nothing but the skip. It will go to the next item automatically. That it will go to the trousers, and it will this item will be skipped. Okay.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I will say new underscore item underscore list dot append item. Whatever the item I have, I will add it. Okay, got a point?
Hmm.
Then I will print my new item list. Hopefully, let's see. Okay, now try to execute. It is getting blank.
Continue.
Just hold on. Still it is blank. Okay, maybe this is wrong. This is the indentation is very important. Okay.
Yes, nice. Much.
Hmm. Yeah, now it's okay. So if you see now, the item is now we are not including in the new item list. We are just keeping the shirts. You see, okay? It is only coming the trousers and the jackets. So this is called the continue statement. Okay?
Bef- Before it, the new item list dot append was in the loop. That's why it was just
Yeah, no.
break
The
of the
new item, yeah, the new item list was on the if
yeah.
inside the if, but I am moving to the for. Inside the if, I want to move it to the next level, to the for.
Okay.
Hmm. And the print will be always outside of the for. Here,
Mhm.
it's not inside the for, it is outside of the for.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is about your break and the continue. Okay. And the pass is very important is that suppose one thing, this condition, the pass is very important. Why? Suppose you have a condition, okay, if the search in item, if the search is in item, we are saying then continue. It is keeping. Suppose you are in a first phase, you don't know that if this list, if I get the search as an item of the list, what should I do? Whether I need to skip it, or I need to break it, or I want to do something. I don't know the logic. Just think like that, okay? This can happen to any time in the Python coding, I'm saying. Okay. You don't know the logic, what exactly you want to do it. But the syntax is something like if this item in the list, then what exactly you want to do it. That we need to provide it here. Okay. Without that, it will give you the syntax error. But what I will do in this case is if I say pass, what will happen? It will just maintain a proper syntax. And next time when I revisit the code, this time I can define my code again. In the sense, I can uh, understand my logic. Okay, this is the way I want to do it. I can put my comments in this case, and I can define my logic in the future. So this is just like a future helping loop control, like pass. So later we can define the logic. But in this case, what will happen? If I enter it, it will give you the search, trouser, and jackets, everything. But the next time you can come here and you can define your logic. This is called the pass. Okay, making sense? This is
Uh, s- so,
don't go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. There could
yeah,
be some
like
doubt.
confusing, little bit confusing.
No
Yeah.
confusion. There's no confusion. Actually, here you know that what you are doing. If this item is on the list,
Hmm.
okay. Suppose there is a condition you want to put it, okay. But suppose business they don't know what exactly they need to do, but they don't want. one condition needs to be executed. If search in an item, suppose
mm,
you don't know the logic, what exactly needs to be done for that? Whether you want to delete it from the list. Suppose if you want to, if you have a search, you want to replace with something that item,
mm.
or you want to remove that item, or you want to move it to a new list, that item, copy that item. What exactly needs to be done for that if that
Oh,
item is coming up?
mm,
Then in that case, you can use the past date. Just pass it for now. And when you are good with the logic that, okay, this is the final logic for my item, then I will put it here. Because why this is required? Because if you syntax wise you go over no, this item, you need to define something here. You need to do some logic at any cost. If you are not putting a logic, it will throw an error, right? There will be a syntax error. So the past statement will work here. Just pass it for now, and in the
mm.
future, you can just come up and do your logic, whatever you want to do it. So this way, the past keyword will help you. Okay, make sense now?
Okay. Yeah, now got it.
We can use continue also, right?
That continue, your logic is correct. In the sense you know that you want to skip it. Then continue can be used. You remove the past and remove the continue. My question is, if the search is an item, suppose you are not sure that whether I want to continue. Continue means I want to skip it. Suppose I want to remove it. Then I can't use the continue, right?
Mhm.
If I want to copy the item to any new list, continue will not work, right? So
Yeah.
here the question is, your logic you are unsure right now. What exactly needs to be done when this
Mhm.
item is coming up? But that condition needs to be there. That's it. But that once you write the condition, we need to give something after that. What exactly
Mhm.
needs to be done? But in this case, we are unsure what logic wants to put it. So make it pass right now. In the future, comes it, whether you want to remove it or continue, you want to break it, you want to copy it, you want to remove it, you want to append it, just do it after that. And at any
Mhm.
end point, at any point of time. This way, your pass will be helpful. That's it. Nothing else. Okay? Make sure?
Mm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now the last part is called the try and accept. This is called the exception handling. Okay. So let's take, I have a price list. Okay. Price is data. So let's take, I have the data called 12.34. Okay. Then I have a none data type. None means none only. Okay. There is a data type called none. Then suppose I have 23.45. Then suppose I have a data called 45.34. Okay. Then I have a string of let's take a 0. Then I have a data for 23.34. Okay. Then I have another float kind of data. Let's take 46.23. So there is a list which contains a mix of data types. So there are some floating numbers, there are some nuns, and there are some strings also. Right? Correct? Now enter
Mhm.
it. Now I want to see. Let's take how much. Just I want to divide it this amount with the 50 with the loop. Okay. So let's say for price in my price list. Okay. Let's say I want to define a quantity. Quantity equals to 50 float division. So how to write the float division?
Flow division.
Hmm. I don't want to do the normal division. I want just the not the fractional value. I need the before fractional. How to do that? See, this is the problem. 50
And
divided, this is the floor division, right? We discussed all these things, guys.
price. Oh, okay.
Now, if I execute this, okay, what do you think? It will work out or it will not work out? Hmm?
Just a minute, sir. Using price less. Yes, should work.
It should work.
Mm,
Okay. Error.
mm,
Why?
with this error. Int and non-integer type. Oh,
Hmm.
is this
50
none?
is a integer.
This none? Uh, and we have one a string of 23.34.
Okay, but it is not going there. It is stopping here only.
Uh,
So 50 divided by 12.34 will work. 50
uh,
floor division by none, it will throw an error because this is not an integer. Okay.
mm,
But how to handle this error? That's where your try and accept will work. Okay, try and accept. What I will do here in this case is let's try here. Okay, try. This is the try. Part of the error I have, I will handle it in accept. So accept, print. Hmm. I'll just print a normal statement. This is not an integer type. Okay, let's see. Indentation. Okay, okay. Now it will fetch it. So after the 12.34, okay,
mm.
why it is not going to the next type? We should get it for this everything. Indentation block, quantity, okay, this is fine. Should be also both there. But why my list is not going beyond that?
So try
Okay,
and experiment.
I got it. I got the point. One second. It's not like that. So here, actually, after the for, we need to use the try here.
Okay.
So work like this. The each loop I want to do the try. If it is this, hopefully it should work.
Mm,
Okay. Indentation, try, the recent tax at number 5. Hmm. Where I
Maybe
need to print the
except should be print, right? Except.
No, no, what is it? No, no.
Except.
Invalid syntax. Print price. This is wrong here. Right. Mm, If I give it here, just give me a second. Huh? For
Yes.
price in the first place, the try. Quantity divided by price. Doing the accept. This is wrong, I guess. Okay. Hopefully this should work now. See,
Oh,
yeah, this work now. Okay.
mm,
So if you see here, when it first item is 12.54. Okay. So first
mm.
it will go try. Quantity 50 divided by this one. It's printing that value only, printing the price. Okay. But why it is not dividing by 50? That we will check it. 50 divided by 12.3 is 12.3 only. No, right? Okay, anyway, that we'll check it out. But now, if you see that whenever it founds an non-integer type, right? None. Okay, it is not
Maybe,
identifying.
sorry, sir, because
Hmm?
print, you need to print quantity because whatever is dividing, it's going in
Ah,
quantity.
correct, correct, correct. Sorry. Yeah, that's correct. Quantity, correct. Okay, now if you see, the first item is 12.34, which is 50 divided by 12.34 is 4.0. It is displaying. Second item is called the none. When it is find out, it is going to the try. It is saying that it's not a number. It is going to the accept directly, saying that this is not an integer type. Okay. Then it works for 2.0, 1.0. Next item, two items it works. But only the
Mm.
problem is on the in case of zero, is saying that this is not an integer type, which we will handle it differently. But for the string type, yes, this is not an integer type. And finally, when it comes to the last one, it is from 0.0. So the only problem here in this case, try and accept is this one, the handling of the zero, right? Because this zero is not it's an integer, but it is not a division. It should be division error, it will come up. Why? Because if you say 50 divided by zero, okay, if you just do like this, it will give a error of zero division error. This error I want to handle it, okay, when I will do it. So what I will do before to the accept here, you can write one more statement here, okay, something like this. I say accept, then whatever the error I just fix it, right, that I want to put it, zero division error here, okay, with a comma. I can write multiple accept also. Now we'll say print, okay, they say that number is zero. Okay, so do two kinds of condition I'm checking. So first, when there is a zero division error, it will say print number is zero. Otherwise, it will show you the that this is not an integer type. Okay, make sense? This is
So
now.
it will
Let's try to
execute one of except.
no two accepts. We can have one try, but we can have multiple accept.
Yeah, but at a time it will check only one. If it is zero,
Correct.
it will print number
Yes.
is zero, then again go to I
Correct.
and price.
See, for the last this part, it is saying number is zero. Another side, it is saying number. This is not an integer type. So the two parts, none and this area is called the not an integer type. Okay. And whereas when it comes to zero, it is saying the number is zero. Okay.
So you accept zero division error means automatically it identifying if it is zero.
Correct. Because when I'm dividing any number divided by zero, I'm getting this error, zero division error. This I copied it actually there. This is
Hmm.
defined.
Okay.
When that error comes up, it will display that value.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is the best way to handle your errors. Try, accept. Okay, and everywhere you will find in a real-time program, try and accept will be used everywhere. Okay, so to handle all these things. Now your job is to one more task here you want to do it here in this case is that when it identify this string, okay, it is 1223.34, but it looks like a number only, right? Just it's inside a double quote, that's what is string. So your job is to when it identify this value 1223.34 in the string, I just want to convert it into float. I want to divide it. I want to see the value. I don't want to say that this is not an integer type.
Hmm.
That your job is to do it.
So, quantity equals to where we are dividing this price.
Hmm.
So already, if we put float conversion in front of this price, it will
Yes,
applicable.
there
Uh,
is already a float. There's already items are float. I want to just specifically that item I want to check it out.
okay.
If you do float of rice, then it will throw an error when it comes to this part. None.
Hmm.
Float of none is wrong, right?
To check.
Might be we need to add exception, I mean like a exception statement for this one.
Yes, we need to do that. So before to that, let's see that what is the error you are getting. If you say
Yeah,
50
need to add.
divided by 23.34. This is the problem, right? When
Mm-hmm.
we are dividing a string. What the error you are getting exactly? Let's
Yeah,
see that. We are getting a type error.
type error.
This we need, this we need to handle it. Okay. So let's take one more except I will write here. Say except.
Type
I'll say
error.
this error, type error. Hmm. Then I
Okay.
will say quantity, and again I will calculate the quantity here equals to 50 divided by float of my price. Okay. Then I will say print the quantity. Hopefully it should work in this way. Okay. So you can have one try and you can have multiple except based on your error. Okay.
Mhm.
Again, some error is there. Don't know what is that all about. int non type. None type is another problem here. Okay. When type error will come, it is coming from the none also. Okay. So how to handle that? The none type. Because if you see, the problem is this one. Because this type error will come for this also. 50 divided by none also. This is also a type error. But that I don't want to do, right? None I
Mm.
don't want to calculate. So what I'll do here? I'll handle in a different way. I'll say before to the loop, no, before to the try. Before to the try, I will say here if okay price is equals to compare okay equals to none, that I want to continue here. This continue statement will work here. Continue. Just think, okay, before just checking out now. Sorry. Now see. This is okay. What I was checking? Where I checking the for the price in the price list, and when it identify the none, I want to continue. Means I want to skip it, right? Then it will check everything. Quantity divided by zero, it is zero. And when there is a type error will come for this only now. Then it will convert to the float and it will give you the quantity. Okay? Now let's try to execute this. Only one part is number is zero. Okay? Makes sense this is?
So
Just think once,
first
okay?
have to identify the error type and based on that putting accept situation.
Ha, yes, I can say.
None is what? It's a just keyword
None means
or
none means none only. Null. None, no value. Okay? Make sense now?
Yeah. Their continue means it's going to continue in the next items in the list, right?
Skip.
I mean,
Skip.
yeah, yeah. Skip.
Continue means
Yeah.
skip. Skip it.
Okay.
Don't take it. Don't go to the loop at all. Go to the next item.
Next item. Okay.
So first it will come 12.34.
Mm.
Then it will so 12.34. Here we are checking price equals to none. No. So it will
Yeah.
calculate this. Okay.
Yes.
And based on
Yeah.
the exception it will work. Next it will come the
Yeah.
none. So
Yeah.
price equals to none continue. So it will not go to the next block. It will continue. Again
Skip
it will go to
again.
12,
Okay.
23.45. Next item.
okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm done for today. This is called your loops. Loops is done. And tomorrow we'll discuss about the dictionary and the sets. Then finally we'll do the functions. Then we'll do on project on the Python. Okay. Then I think we can wrap it up the Python. Okay.
Sir, any like for practicing this, any assignment for practicing just loop or something?
Lastly we'll do a project on the Excel thing that we will do it. And after that, your job is to learn pandas and NumPy. And if you are stuck there, you can ask me because I'm not teaching the panda and NumPy as of now because this is a fundamentals of the Python. You need to cover up everything here. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And whatever the exercise I'm doing it, if you slowly follow up, we can write normal programs in Python. There will be no worries. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.